Cured years of trauma in just a couple of hours, and I'm gonna tell you how. Here today, I'm gonna be going over my magic mushroom experience with psilocybin. All right, so that's what we're gonna be talking about here today, man. And it's something that I think will help a lot of people. Because some of the things that I was able to, so much clarity that I received from this experience, I felt like it was years and years of therapy. Within just a couple of hours, ultimately. So I want to share that experience with y'all, man. Gonna be getting really vulnerable here today, but I hope that this video can help one person. So, I have been hearing about magic mushrooms and psilocybin for some time. Never really was interested in it. I'm just scared of like certain like drugs and different things like that, things that are out there. But as I started to get a better understanding of it and do more research, it's something that I began to get open with, right? And I did it once with my friend. Had a good experience. Second time was probably one of the most fun times of my life, like uncontrollable laughter, happiness, and joy, right? Now, let me take a step back. Like, if you're not familiar with this topic, like magic mushrooms and psilocybin has been something that has been used by people for thousands and thousands of years, all right? And it's been known as like a healing plant, something that helps you connect to higher levels of consciousness and just to perceive the world different. And I'll break down my experience. Like I said, like the first two times was more like just enjoying it, being outside. Let me kind of explain like how you feel on magic mushrooms, right? So when you're on magic mushrooms and psilocybin, you ultimately feel, well, it can be different for everybody, depending on what state of mind that you're in, which you may be going through in your life at that point in time. Now, I don't recommend this for everybody because some people that are, susceptible to psychosis, it may not be good for because it may, negatively affect you. Or some people that, don't have any experience or have not done it before, and somebody's not going to be with you. I don't recommend it. Only do it if you're ready for it. Like if you can totally accept it, right? Now, how I felt on magic mushrooms was the first couple of times, just a sense of like euphoria, happiness, joy. Some emotions do come up, right? But those emotions just help you to bring clarity. And it's kind of like you're releasing this negative energy that you may have been experiencing, over the past few years in your life. Okay. Now, overall, it was a great experience. Now, let me dive into my most recent experience that really helped me heal like a lot of trauma. All right. Now, the way that I did my magic mushroom experience was, so sometimes a lot of people, when they do magic mushrooms, they more so are into like the hallucinations, how beautiful the world looks, how much brighter, how the world just comes alive, right? But through my research, because they actually do live clinical studies on psilocybin at Johns Hopkins University. And one of the things I learned from them, and also Andrew Huberman, who did a whole YouTube video on psilocybin, was that it's more transformational when it's an internal journey, which means like you close your eyes, right? You put music on, not like music, but like for me, I used healing frequencies, right? Solfeggio frequencies to be exact. That was what I did my journey with. And, solfeggio frequencies are basically frequencies that help heal, just heal you, right? And you could do some research on those, but those have been used for thousands and thousands of years as well. So what I did was I ingested the mushrooms. I laid down on my couch, put like a blindfold over me and really just tuned into the frequencies of the music. And man, I have to tell y'all, man, it was really an amazing transformational experience. And just to kind of share some of the things that came up for me, like one of the biggest breakthroughs and understanding that I received was a lot of the behaviors that I exude in my life, and a lot of my relationships, and things that, long story short, I came to understand that a lot of the trauma that I experience is due to the fact that I did not receive certain love as a kid, right? And it's not because my parents were bad. Like, my parents were amazing parents. They did an amazing job. But I think one thing that we forget as human beings is, like, our parents are going through their own journey. Like, they're humans as well. I think sometimes we put our parents in like this box, right? Like, you're my parent, right? But man, they're going through their own journey, their own healing process. They're learning life on their own. So for me, what I came to realize is that I just didn't get certain love when I was a kid, and that manifested in certain ways throughout my life, even with my relationship with women, relationships with people, relationships with friends, and certain behaviors. Okay, like, even like the biggest thing is realizing that, like, the lack of love that I received as a child led me to try to seek that love and validation from certain relationships with women. And that was a huge breakthrough for me, because I realized that sometimes when we're, like, as men, and we have this high drive, right, to get into these relationships with women and all of these different things, right? But what I realized was, like, what was driving that was just like this inner child that did not receive the love that he felt like he needed. And, that was a huge breakthrough for me, because it just made so much stuff clear in terms of my behaviors, how I act, and certain things like that, right? Especially with women. That was a huge, eye-opening moment for me. Another thing that I experienced was, like, true self-love, right? And throughout the experience, like, I'll be honest and transparent and vulnerable. Like, I cried. Like, I felt like just years of negative energy, and I was just releasing it, right? But it was a really, really good experience. And coming back to the self-love, like, it was the first time I felt like genuine self-love for myself. Like, and it brought me to tears. And that was really, really transformational, and just, like, completely and utterly, like, accepting myself. Because again, like, it stemmed from not feeling like subconsciously not getting that love that I felt like I needed. So then, like, to actually feel that self-love and to really just embrace that, like, was really, really transformational, and like a really big breakthrough, right? And another breakthrough for me was just, like, understanding the relationships in my life and my role and my purpose in them, especially when it comes to, like, family, is, like, just being a symbol of love and helping others heal, right? Just remembering my purpose, just remembering my purpose here on this planet. And that just felt so clear, and why I was here. And I don't want to get all woo-woo-y, but at the same time, I kind of do, because this is part of the journey. Like, so I touched on a couple of things already, but there was another part of this that felt like I was connected to a family, a community, or something in another higher dimension, right? In the sense that I felt this connection, and as like I was reminded of why I'm here on this 3-dimensional plane, which was really just to spread love, make the world a more loving place, to help heal those around me, help them, feel that genuine love. And man, I can't put the whole experience in the words, right? But it was ultimately an extremely positive, transformational experience that really helped me clear up a lot in my life, and I was able to release a lot in my life as well, just within the span of 2 to 3 hours. Like I mentioned, it felt like I did years and years of therapy, right? But everything felt so clear, right? Everything that didn't make sense before just made so much sense now, right? So, man, all I have to say, like, the experience was supremely transformational. It helped me understand certain relationships in my life, my relationships with my family. And it helped me to be more grateful and cherish those people that are around me. And also brought up that, like, man, like, we could be loving on our loved ones so much more, right? Everybody's crying out for love, right? That's what this whole, I don't want to get too deep, but man, that's what it's about, right? Like, love is the most powerful currency or energy that we have. So just going on that journey of continuing to share that love goes such a long way, y'all. I could talk so much more about it, but those were some of my key takeaways and what I'm gonna be carrying out, through the rest of my life, is just being a more loving person and understanding that how those inner child wounds affected me. And now that I've been able to heal through those wounds, man, I just have a whole new perspective on life, on relationships, on dealing with women and all of these different things. So I'm not here to say, like, hey, go do magic mushrooms or psilocybin. I'm just here to say, like, I had an amazing experience that helped me heal from years of trauma, right? And, do your own research, consult your physician, whatever you need to do. But I'm just here to tell y'all, man, like, some of y'all may have not been dealing with this too, especially for men. Like, a lot of men were out here chasing women, we're chasing intimacy and these different things, all because we didn't get the love that we needed as a kid, right? And then once you have that clarity, like, it just provides, a sense of freedom, right, y'all? So I just wanted to share that with y'all. Probably my most vulnerable video, right? But I mean, that's what this is about, all right? So much love, everybody. Give me your feedback. Have you ever tried magic mushrooms? Have you ever tried psilocybin? What was your experience? And would love to connect with anybody. But much love, everybody. Peace, love, and abundance. Until the next video. Peace.